Stop for a moment, my child. Whatever your hands are holding, let it rest. Because what I am about to tell you will change the way you see everything you have walked through. While I was preparing this word for you, I paused over your life. Something I saw in you made all of heaven grow quiet. Not something you planned, not something you did to be admired. Something that rose out of you so naturally that you never guessed the weight it carried in the unseen world. I want you to hear this in stillness, because it will not settle into a hurried heart. This is not a word for a crowd. It is for you alone. The person whose heart is beating a little faster now, but they don't know why. Even though your mind isn't sure if it believes me yet, your spirit knows my voice. That quiet stirring you feel isn't because these words are making you feel something new. It's my spirit letting you know what you've been feeling for days. I want to tell you about something I saw not long ago. You made it through one of the worst parts of your road. Something seemed like it was meant to break you when it hit you. You were really hurt by what happened. It wasn't made up, and it wasn't small. You had every right to hurt back at the person who did it. If you had become cold or mean, or just walked away, everyone who knew the whole story would have understood. At that moment, your nature was yelling at you. It told you to pay back what you got. You were told to protect yourself, show them who you were, and let the fire in your chest take over. You could have easily found a good reason to be angry, and that anger would have been easy to understand. But something deeper in you chose a different path. You didn't say anything when one word could have hurt them. You shielded them when you could have told everyone about their mistake. No one would have thought less of you if you had left after trying again. You responded to a real hurt with a real kindness. And heaven doesn't skip over something like that. Pay close attention, because I want you to know why this is so important. Hearts move in patterns that haven't changed much over time. When you hurt someone, they get tough. If you betray them, they will get even. If you treat them unfairly, anger will fill the empty seat at their table. This is just how flesh works, so it doesn't surprise me. Everyone has it, I've seen it. But once in a while, a soul does something that doesn't follow the norm. A soul brings light to the dark. While many people watch, they do it because of what's inside them. I think that's a big deal when that happens. It makes me feel something. Everything I have covered across this channel is now in one place. The prayers, the teachings, the daily blessings, it is all inside the Daily Miracle Manual. Link in the description. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site, you are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. It was one of those times because of you, my child. Keep in mind that this is not about staying alive. A lot of people go through hard times because they are stubborn or because they have no other choice. I'm also gentle with them. But what you did was different. You were hit and blessed. You were harmed, and you don't want to hurt others again. You show that what's around you doesn't control what you say. That doesn't happen often. You can read most souls like the weather. If you treat them well, they will warm up. If you are mean to them, they will turn into frost. No matter what the day brings, they feel up and down inside. But you proved that what other people do can't change you into someone you were never meant to be. It's okay to like this message if you know that your character stood strong even when no one was looking. Sign up for this channel so that this voice can keep finding you when no one else is around, and type Amen in the comments to make what you did in secret public. Your character was held from the inside, in the dark, under a lot of stress, and there was no reward in sight. And now for the thing you couldn't have known. At that time, there were no people around you. You weren't performing for anyone on earth or in heaven. When no one is looking, you were just being yourself. That's exactly why it was so important. A kind act practiced for others to see is like a shallow stream. Kindness that comes from the heart when it thinks it is not seen comes from deep down. I start my search in the deep places. I looked through your last few days, how a dad reads a letter from his kid he loves, not missing anything slowly. I saw the fights going on inside you that no one else alive knows about. I saw the words you choked on. I saw you talk yourself out of being angry those nights. One more time. I saw the mornings when you got up and chose to be gentle again, even though there was no sign that it was working. All of those choices were written down. They didn't fall to the ground at all. I will tell you what I said to you that hour, so that you can remember it forever. I said that this one makes me remember why I made the heart. Take your time with that. It moved the one who spoke light into being, set the paths of the stars, and measured the depths of the oceans in the palm of his hand to see your hidden choices. My messengers, the powerful ones who stand in front of me and do what I say, can't do what you did. They work for me while seeing how great I am. They don't have to pay much to obey because they live in the truth. But you serve me while wearing a veil. You can't see my face. You picked mercy, even though there was no proof that it would win. You had faith in the dark, which is when faith costs something great. Even the angels took a moment to think. Before I say anything else, I want you to accept this one truth. This word wasn't found by accident. I chose this time. Nothing should be able to pull you away from what I still have to say to you, because it has both a promise and a hard word that you need to hear together. Do not be too loud when you say Amen. If you are sure that this word has reached the right heart, then say it now. As a kid talks to his dad in the dark. Let me show you something you've never seen before. What happened in your story that you couldn't see? That's because you didn't just do a good thing when you chose kindness over getting angry. There was a battle going on that you didn't even know about. There's a reason why darkness pushes so hard against your soul. Its only goal has never been to hurt you. It wants to change you. It was the hidden goal of every attack you've been through to make you angry, to teach your heart to hate, and to make you respond to poison with poison. Because when a soul repays evil with evil, it comes out from under my covering and starts to move by the power that wants to destroy it. That has been their plan against you since the beginning. You turned the whole plan on its head when you blessed those who attacked. You were sent evil, but it couldn't find anything in you to hold on to. Hatred can't grow where love is strong. It goes back to the person who sent it. What was meant to hurt you came back to hurt you, and you didn't do anything. With the one weapon your enemies can't defend against, you took it away from them. What moved me even more was this. You didn't learn this trick or practice it over and over again. It came from who you are. You're kind even when things are hard, which would have made most people angry. By yourself, with almost no one else around. Mercy is just what came out. What came out of you when you were crushed wasn't poison. That told me everything I needed to know about how you've been growing these past few years. Then I looked back across your road and saw something that made me happier than any action could. In that hard time, your kindness wasn't an island by itself. No one celebrated over and over again, no matter the season. It was harder for you to choose the right than the wrong. When it would have been safer to lie, you told the truth. The complete guide, every daily prayer, every spiritual tool, everything I've put together to help you grow your faith is down in the description. It's called the Daily Miracle Manual. Now stay right here with me because, as this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. You kept your promise even though it cost you. For people who never knew what it cost you, you were patient. They may never thank you. You didn't even know it, but you've been living like one of my chosen ones. There was no applause, no assurance that any of it mattered, and no high sign telling you to keep going. You did the right thing just because it was the right thing to do, even when it cost a lot, and other people would have let you off the hook for less. I looked all over the world for a mark that would stay the same over years and be kept secret. It tells me the difference between a soul I can bless and one I can trust. Now let me show you what has already started to change around you, because heaven's love is never empty. My favor moves. It leaves traces. You will stop calling it a coincidence once you learn to see the evidence. First, think about what has been going on with the plans to hurt you. Think about the last few weeks. Some people spoke badly about you, worked behind the scenes to see you fail, and sent bad vibes your way like arrows shot out at night. Now think about what happened to their plans. There is no clear reason why efforts that should have worked failed. Things they thought they had firmly in hand got away from them. They tried to shut doors against you, but they wouldn't stay shut. That's not chance or luck. When I feel moved by a soul, I keep that soul safe by building a wall around it. Arrows do not just miss the mark. They turn. The trouble your enemies meant for you has been coming to their own gates, and they don't know why. You may have seen it before and thought about it in a quiet way. You now understand what you saw. Also think about the peace you've been feeling in the middle of the storm. From every angle, the weight you've been carrying lately should have made you flat. There were days when everything you had built felt like it was shaking, and anyone else would have been scared to death. But you kept feeling a strange calm in the middle of it all. It's not that your problems went away, they didn't. The calm came anyway, which had nothing to do with what was going on. That peace makes no sense in this world, and you know that. You've felt it and thought about where it might be coming from. it's from me. The peace that comes from knowing that heaven is close is the quiet. To let you know before any other proof came, I put it on you like a soldier's hand on the shoulder. You are not going through this season alone, and there is still more proof, which I will show you soon. Today there are signs all around you that you haven't read yet. Right now, your eyes are being opened. But before I go on, I'd like to clear up something between us in a clear and quick way. Everything I say needs one answer from you. There should be trust, not excitement or curiosity. That kind of trust that stays with you even when the words get tough and the promise moves slowly. It's not like I want you to feel something. Feelings change like the tides. Just like a builder sets a stone in place, I want you to leave your heart where it is. I'm not just here to comfort you today. You would stay where you are if you only looked for comfort. I love you too much to do that. Please know that I'm here to help you, correct you, get you ready, and give you something you didn't expect. Everything you see is real and closer than you think. Father, now hear the rest of the evidence, because your life is already speaking, and I want you to understand what it means. If your heart is open, and you are ready to hear every word I have for you today, whether it's gentle or harsh, then answer me now and say, I am listening. Do you notice that you can see better now? Decisions that used to take days to figure out are now getting clear quickly. Question marks that were hidden in fog are now visible in the light of morning. You find that you know things without hearing a voice in the clouds. Instead, you know them through quiet impressions, sudden understanding, and a feeling of certainty in your chest that keeps proving to be true. That's not a sign that your imagination is growing. That's my advice coming to you through a channel that has been cleaned. I'm giving you more direct guidance than before, and this is just the start. Also, pay attention to who has been leaving. Some people have drifted out of your life, and some doors have shut so firmly that they shocked you. Friends who drain you are no longer with you. Plans that were holding you back have been broken. It hurt like loss when some of those people left at the time. But take another look with the eyes I'm giving you. The ground has been cleared. For a new season to start, the field needs to be cleared, so I've been taking away one thing at a time that you couldn't take with you. Do not try to catch what I'm taking away from you. You can be sure that my hand is in both the moving and the arriving. Pay attention to how you've been feeling like something is close. You have felt a hope that you can't put your finger on, a forward tilt in your spirit. The way the air changes before it rains. You have tried to brush it off as wishful thinking, but it won't go away. Please know that each seed you plant will grow into a torch that lights the way for someone else. You can donate to this work through the link in the comment that was pinned. It doesn't matter if you buy a coffee, give money, or join our community, it all goes to a channel. Your actions are helping God save souls who have lost their way. You can move heaven with your willing voice, but it grows with kind hearts. It comes back when it's quiet and stands next to you. Believe it. Your spirit knows things that your mind doesn't know yet. Yes, something is coming into your life, and it has to do with everything I've been telling you today. Before I go on to the next part of this word, I need to talk to you about trust. Because trust is what will make everything else possible, and trust, my child, isn't based on how you feel. The open hand proves it. A long time ago, I sat across from my house's treasury and watched the people bring their gifts. Rich people came in fancy robes and gave what they had extra of. It didn't cost them anything, and it didn't move me at all. After that, a widow with only 2 small coins showed up. She put them down and left without a fuss. Heaven still talks about her. It was never the amount that made me feel something. It was the hand that was open. People whose hearts are no longer afraid of their own Father have open hands. My child, I want you to give some of what you have, something real, to the altar of this work, like putting gold on the scales of this calling. It can be a seed sown into deep water or an offering set on stone. Don't be afraid to do it. This shows that you trust me to provide, and that your heart is no longer attached to not having enough. When you let go with faith, it stays in your life. It moves ahead of you into the harvest I'm getting ready for. Figure out what happens when a hand opens. It's not a deal, and I'm not a business owner. It's how the soul stands. The clenched hand tells you that what I can hold is what keeps me safe. With an open hand, you say, my safety lies in the one who holds me. There is a huge difference between a life of quiet fear and a life of quiet power. I'm making you have an open hand in every part of your life, not just when it comes to provision. Because the only hand that can fully receive is one that has learned to let go. Abraham stood on a mountain with the things he loved chained to the rocks around him. He did not hold back. When I saw that he didn't hold anything back from me, I promised him a blessing that is still happening on earth today. How much he trusted became how much he got as an inheritance. In my kingdom, things have always been this way. I don't need anything from your hand, because I already have all the cattle on 1,000 hills. I only need your release to make room. The thing you hold on to stays as big as your grip. What you give me becomes part of my economy, where seeds grow into harvest and 2 coins are worth more than a treasury. So take some time to let this sink in. I don't want you to show me proof that you love me. I already know that you love me. You are welcome to be free. When a soul stops negotiating with fear, it is free. Fear tells us that there won't be enough, that tomorrow needs to be saved for. You can find that safety in the storehouse. But you already know where fear leads. We get smaller because of it. You were also not made to get smaller. We've already talked about trust, but I need to go on because this hour is about more than that. I told you at the start that today I have 2 words for you. The first one you've been hearing. You have moved heaven. Favor is building up around you, and your days are already full of signs of it. That word is true, and nothing I say after this will change that. But there is one more word, and it is strong, because you need it whole. I'm not going to cook it. If a dad is nice to his kid while they are drifting toward a cliff, he doesn't love that kid. My firmness is my love dressing up in its work clothes. There is something wrong in your life that needs to be fixed, and I am going to fix it right now, before the blessing I spoke of fully appears. Don't worry about what will happen next. Correction, I never get there in time to crush. It comes to save the day. Now stay with me the same way you have so far. I'm going to say both the hard and the beautiful thing at the same time, because they belong together and both have your name on them. Listen to this hard word. Not long ago, you did something that your heart told you not to do. You knew there was a line. At that moment, you felt my hand gently pressing against your will. You couldn't explain this resistance, but you still moved forward. It didn't happen without me being there, and I wasn't quiet. It was seen in heaven, and heaven doesn't lie. Do not fight back right away. Not the explanations you've been quietly going over in your head. I've heard all of them before, and I know the truth behind them. That's not the time for a fight. It's for being honest. And the only thing I need from you right now is honesty. Figure out what really happened, because it didn't start where you think it did. It wasn't your hands that started it. It all started with an idea. A thought came into your mind, but it didn't bring me peace. You knew it didn't work. You didn't turn it away, though. You gave it a place to stay. You went back to it. You let it stay longer than an hour, even though you knew it should have left. The thought turned into a want, the want into a choice, and the choice into action. It always happens in small steps, so no one falls all at once. One quiet warning after another drifts by, each one a little easier to ignore than the last. You knew the change right away, but you didn't tell anyone. There was no longer peace inside you. Your prayers got stronger as you said them. You felt a low, level restlessness from morning until night. You called it stress or weariness, but your spirit knew what it really was. That moving was your heart telling you the truth, but you didn't say anything. Now pay close attention to what I'm trying to say by being firm. It's not meant for you. The arrow is aimed at the road you walked on, and the slow ruin I could see further down it. When a shepherd sees a wolf watching his sheep, he doesn't whisper. He yells, if you can hear that this firmness is protection and not rejection. Then this message is your way of receiving it well. Subscribe so that this voice can keep yelling you back from the edge whenever you drift, and type. I receive your correction in the comments so the warning doesn't go unanswered. The sharpness in my voice today is a shepherd's shout, and every edge of it is protection. And mark this as well. I do not correct what means nothing to me. The field a farmer has given up on is the field he leaves alone. The one he walks, clears, and prunes is the one he expects a harvest from. You are being corrected because you are valued. This firm word is itself the proof that I have never let you go. Let me also tell you what your stumble did not do. It did not cancel your calling. It did not lower your worth by a single measure. It did not make me love you less, and it did not make me turn my face away. What it changed was your direction. And direction is what I have come to set right. A traveler on a wrong road is not worthless. He is simply headed somewhere he must not go, and I refuse to let you go there. The greatest danger before you now is not the stumble itself. It is pride. Pride will tell you this word belongs to someone else. If you want the full guide with every prayer and lesson I've compiled for this community, check the description for the Daily Miracle Manual. You are about to enter your divine future, but remember this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. Pride will murmur that it was not so serious that everyone does it, that you can quietly manage it alone. Pride has walked stronger souls than you into places from which they never returned. Do not let it speak for you today. There is a weight resting on you as you hear this. I know you feel it. It is not condemnation. Condemnation crushes a soul into the dirt and leaves it there. What you feel is conviction, and conviction is a mercy. Confusion wanders in circles for years, but conviction points to one thing and says, "Here, this is the matter. Take care of this." That's what I said, because I don't want you to miss it. Do you remember the Shepherd King? You didn't fall as hard as he did. He covered up what wasn't his. He called it covering peace for a while. But when my words finally put him in a corner, he didn't argue. He said 4 simple things. I have done wrong by you. This broken honesty made a way for mercy to come in that his crown could never have bought. I want to hear those 4 words from you. You don't have to act sad or punish yourself over and over again. Just tell the truth from your heart, with nothing hidden behind your back. So, here is the way home. Please walk it all the way without skipping a step, because the way back is shorter than you think. But you must walk it honestly, or it is not walked at all. Being honest with yourself is the first step. Name exactly what happened, with no excuses added. Don't make it look fancy or small. Things that are hidden lose their power to hide when they are brought to light. Things that stay hidden keep their power. Bring it right up in front of me. Everything, its hold on you will start to loosen as soon as you do that. You are tied to the thing as long as you defend it. You don't have to beat me in a fight. Just be honest with me, and I've already found a way to deal with the truth. The second step is to turn back to me on purpose, not by accident. Do not think about me like you think about the weather. Make a point of coming to me. Use your own words and be clear with me, like a child talks to a father he trusts. Then be still and let the stillness take its time. Work hard. Something will move in that stillness. That open door will no longer let in as much cold air. It will get quieter after a while. That sound is a door shutting. Your heart agrees with my hand on the latch. What was opened without thinking is now closed with care. There is also a third step that most souls choose not to take. I won't let you say no. You need to forgive yourself, not make excuses for yourself. Forgive yourself. You need to know the difference if you want to be free. Guilt that stays after you've truly changed your mind is not devotion. I never asked you to carry that weight. And it holds you back to a time I already talked about. If I let you go, who are you to keep yourself locked up? Raise your head. The bill has been paid. Not by your pain, but by my kindness. Your sadness had its time and did its proper job. It's now past its hour. Putting that mistake behind you is no longer humble from now on. It is not believing. And I want you to put it down. To move forward, you must also know the difference between a mistake and a pattern. A mistake is one slip up on the path. An outline is its own path. Walked so many times that the feet don't even think about where they're going. What happened to you was a slip up, but I saw a pattern starting to form beneath the surface. That is what I am healing today. This wasn't the first time you had felt that hesitation but got past it. Even now, the other times seem small when you think about them. But small compromises are like seeds. They grow in the dark, just as reliably as good seeds do in a field. This one is being pulled up, while the root is still not very deep. That's not being mean. That gardener knows what the plant will look like when it's fully grown. The change has been made, and now my voice does a different job. As I start to rebuild, I will begin with the one skill that would have kept you from going through all of this. Getting to know my voice among all the others. Pay close attention, because what I teach you today will protect you forever. It's easy to find my voice. It's simple to drown. I speak in the quiet nudge that comes before a choice. I speak with a sudden sense of caution that makes no sense. I talk in the thought that comes with peace instead of stress. You've heard me a lot more times than you think. Now the work is to get to know that voice so well that no one else can copy it. Just like a shepherd's sheep won't follow a stranger. I want you to hold this first sound of my voice for the rest of your life. My advice brings peace, not always ease and comfort. Because I do ask for tough things sometimes, but my tough words always land on solid ground. You can move when there is peace. Stop where you are when the peace comes back. You don't just feel peaceful when I give it to you. It is a way for me to talk. You felt that signal go away right when we were talking about it. One breath, it was still, and then it moved, but it was not still. If you feel that way again, don't use it as a mood to get through things. As you become more awake, know that your help with this mission is very important. It's something God wants us to know. Through the link in the pinned comment, you can help with this work. Whether you buy a coffee, give money, or join our community for free. That way, you join a plan to free souls that are still stuck in fog. Each seed grows into a light that fights the darkness. You will get watered if you water other people. It's a guard on your wall, and the gates should be shut when the guard calls them out, not argued with. This is the second mark. My voice doesn't push, it leads. When someone tells you to act quickly before you think or pray, that sense of urgency is almost never mine. I made time, and I'm never late with it. If something is really from me, it will still be there after a break. What can't stand a break was counting on your hurry. And anything that depends on your hurry fears your freedom. So plan for the break. Hold on for a moment and ask me before you decide answer, or take the next step. A single honest breath can clear the air. Where that pause should have been, the stumble we had to deal with today took place. From now on, watch that space. Like you would protect a treasure, since that's what it is. Pay attention, because it's the key to your whole life. Whatever you look at slowly shapes you. What you feed grows stronger, and what you don't feed gets weaker. Near you, there are voices and influences that don't seem dangerous at first glance. Still, each one leaves a trace, and the traces add up. Some of the people and things you've let close to you lately have been slowly pulling you off course. I don't want you to be afraid of the world. Please take care of the gate. Ask one simple question of everything that wants your attention. Is this making me closer or farther away from my dad? You'll get the answer faster than you think. What you've never had was discernment. It was a choice. There will be things that need to be put on hold. I'll show you which ones don't mourn them. This isn't loss, it is cut back. And branches that are meant to bear more fruit are the only ones that get pruned. Never cut off branches that are done. The vine doesn't get smaller when the vine dresser cuts it. It's ready. Watch out for the things you say to yourself when no one is around. You have been hurt more by that voice in your head than by any enemy, even worse than I have been. It calls you a failure, but I call you my child. It plays over and over again your worst day. Even though I threw away that record today, when that voice calls, say what I say. You should clear your mind until your thoughts are honest, because that's what transformation really is. Not more work put in, but a mind slowly trained to agree with heaven. When your thoughts match my truth, it's easy for you to make decisions. If you fix the spring, the stream will run clean like a wheel following the road. And one more thing about discipline. That word has lost its taste for you, and I want to bring it back. Discipline is not a limit. Consistency is all that discipline is. That you did the right thing on the dull, gray days just like you did on the sunny days. As time goes on, no one becomes stable. One moment at a time is being kept, and I'm making it happen in you right now. At first, you won't feel strong. You have not failed. Strength like this grows like an oak tree, quietly, over many years with no big events. But once the years are over, it can't be moved. Please listen to this correction with an open heart and be willing to learn from it. Now whisper to me, teach me. I'm now yours. I have to talk about the years because they have been a silent wound between us. You used to ask questions out loud, but stopped. You hid them in your prayers by being polite, but I still heard them. Why did it take so long? Why do they have it while I don't? Why do the people who have never looked for you seem to be ahead of me while I stay still? You've been to celebrations for people who came before you and started long after you. You cheered for them, but your smile was hidden by pain. Your voice didn't shake as you spoke blessings over them. After that, you went home, sat alone, and thought about what was wrong. I was there for all of those evenings. I didn't miss any of them. There were still nights that were tough. Some nights you wondered if you had heard me wrong all those years ago. At night, you held the old promise in your hands like a coin that you could no longer use. You didn't say it that way. You didn't need to. So let me answer the questions that were buried. As a father talks to his grown child, it's clear that the delay was never absence. I wasn't anywhere else during those years, and the wait was never because I was turned down. You thought my silence was far away, but it was more like the silence of a craftsman who is too focused on his work to talk. Picture a field that has been left fallow for a long winter. From the outside, it looks like it's not doing anything. This is really some of the most important work it has ever done. The ground heals and rests. What was spent is now back. Finally having time to sow, that quiet field is better than every acre that never had its time of stillness. The years you hid were not empty. They stayed for years, and those two words are very different from each other. Also, think about how a great house is put together. There's been nothing to admire for months. Before it ever goes up, the work goes down. Deep cuts into ground that can't be seen. A stone was put down where all guests will see it. Someone walks by and sees a hole and says, "Failure." The builder sees a base and names it wisdom. The work that can't be seen has to be done for longer as the walls get higher. If you want to know how long you've been forgotten, use that rule and read them again. When doors shut on you after you knocked on them until your hands hurt, you felt like you had lost something. Some of those losses have been with you for years. But I saw what was behind those doors when I stood on the other side. Some of them would have let you into seasons that would have cost you a lot more than the delay did. I didn't forget to open them. I refused to. When someone says no, there is love inside that you can only see from further down the road. The ones that ran past you should be let go of. Their harvest is not the same as yours, and their road is not the same as yours. The vine isn't jealous that the wheat was picked first. Each is brought in at its own time, and the later gathering is not less important than the earlier one. This isn't always the case. What ripens the most stays fresh the longest. That should make your heart feel better about all the names that have hurt it. This is what those years really built. It made you more compassionate because you couldn't read the ledger. Ease could never have done that. If you can see that the long wait was making you stronger, this message is your way of honoring that work. Please subscribe so that you can keep hearing this voice during all the long waits that are still to come. Type, "The wait built me," in the comments to finally give those years a name that fits what they were like. You see the thing you missed now that you know that seat. They made something strong that doesn't break at the first sign of wind blowing the wrong way. You learned to trust me even when I don't have anything to give you. A lesson that few early, born blessed people learn. These aren't prizes for being sorry. These are the exact tools you need for the task you have to do. One more thing the long road showed was true. I want you to hear what it's called. It kept you bent over wondering, and sometimes just barely tired. You stayed though. How often does that happen? Many people have left me because of disappointments that were not as bad as yours. Over and over, you brought yours into my presence and talked to me from under it. A faithfulness like that is not missed by heaven. It is written in a way that ensures nothing is lost. Now I'll tell you what this whole day has been building up to. Theo season is ending quickly, not slowly over years. Leaving, the field has had enough rest. The base is now hard and can hold the weight that it was dug for. What I set in motion before you even asked for it will arrive at the right time. Now there is no hand in heaven or on earth that can stop it. This is the reason the fix couldn't wait. This is the reason I woke you up and why my voice has been so strong. A person can drift along a long, flat road and not lose much. At the bend, he can't drift. My child, you are at the bend. Everything I've taught you today, the sincerity, the pause, the locked gate, and the steady discipline, everything was made for what's in front of you. I know that the years have made your heart afraid of hope. I know you've stood up before only to take a step back. That's why I'm not asking you to call up a feeling. What I want is both much smaller and much bigger. Trust my word over the years' worth of proof, based on the strength of my voice alone. Like a sailor who believes in a star he can't reach. Then listen to what's coming. Because I always tell my kids what to look for when I point them in a certain direction. The blessing I've planned comes in 3 streams. And when they get to you, you'll know it's my hand and not luck. The first stream is a sudden favor. You will start to open doors you never knocked on. With just one sentence, a normal conversation can become the link you need to be on your way. You will rest on the minds of people who have never noticed you. They won't know why, but you will know. I go before my kids. I call them by their names in rooms they haven't been to yet. Things that years of hard work couldn't get open at the right time will not leave you doting when the time comes. Take note of it. Thank you, and go ahead. The second stream is restoration, and it goes further than you think. Things that were taken from you are coming back, but not the way they were before. They come back bigger. How seeds come back as harvest. The seasons that the devourer ate, I am paying back. Even dreams you thought were dead will come back to you. There was a dream you had in the past that was dashed by events many years ago. You were sad about it and then moved on. But when I hold something buried can become something planted. It's going up again, and it comes back to you in a wiser form that fits who you have become. But know what this promise doesn't cover. I only bring back what I command, not everything you lost. What was taken away from you as a safety measure will not come back. You won't believe the third stream, because you haven't had it in so long that you have forgotten how good it tastes. For you, deep peace is like a tight band around your chest, the tight spot under your ribs that won't let go, like birds that can't land. Your thoughts fly around your bed at night. I tell them all, this is not your inheritance. When you wake up in the morning, the fear that usually greets you will not be there. You've been hearing that voice for years, telling you that you're too late, too flawed, and too far behind. Well, its time is up. A more honest voice will speak over you and say what I've always said. You are mine. You've been called, and no one is behind me as I walk. And take my word for it about the time. I'm not going to keep you waiting around. Find the first sign of it before the season changes. The first fruit, the early sign, the clear touch of my hand that the weather in your life has changed. Not the whole harvest all at once. Remember this hour, and that I named it before it came. Remember what wells are for when the streams start to flow. You aren't getting this blessing, so you can build a taller wall around your house. It was sent to go through you. There are people close to you who are still in the middle of their own long winter. The people you pray for, the ones you love, and whose names you have spoken to me more often than your own. It's not your job to save them. It's going to be their guide, a living answer that stands out for them to see. Some words are pushed. The best ones are lived. People will judge you by the standards you set for them. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over one warning, and take it in with the same care I speak it. The old pattern will whisper that you don't need the pause, the stillness, or the daily coming back to me when favor comes quickly. It's easier to drift with full hands than empty ones. Stay close during harvest as you did during famine. The goal was never the streams. The fountain was always the goal. Pick me if you have to choose between what makes your hands full and what makes your soul full. You won't regret it. And now for the last truth, the ground that all of today's words are based on. You have been picked out, not just liked, and your face is not lost in the crowd. You were chosen by name to do work that doesn't fit anyone else's life. Being chosen isn't a fancy thing. You have to do it. Think about the people I've picked out before. A wanted person who stuttered to stand in front of a king. A shepherd boy who was left alone in his own father's house. A fisherman who lost his nerve in a courtyard. I've never gone for the shiny. If someone is willing, I pick them, and I do the polishing myself, often by making the changes they were afraid would get them kicked out. That's what today was. The anger in my voice wasn't anger from being turned down. It was the fire that a refiner keeps near the silver that he is going to use. There will be tests. I've never lied to you. The old thought will come back, but this time it will look different. Do what you have learned when those days come. Take a deep breath, turn your heart toward me, and wait for it to become steady. Go on if the peace stays. Stand still if the peace ends. Even though everyone thinks you're stupid for standing. And if you fall, don't disappear from my life for weeks like you used to. Please come right away. If you can, come in the middle of fall, because I never locked the door between us. So get up now, my dear child. Lift your head, square your shoulders, and walk back into your life as if you had been sent, not just thrown out. Don't miss this holy moment of your life's journey. There's a breakthrough waiting for you. If you want to get closer to Archangel Michael, use the special link in the pinned comment to join his inner circle right away. Whether you buy a coffee, give money, or join our community for free. This is the only way to be sure you never miss the direct, personalized messages that are meant to improve and strengthen your life. But just being here, paying attention, and coming together means a lot. Do it. Your plenty is waiting. I am in you to make you strong, I say. I am in front of you to lead, behind you to protect. You won't have to walk alone on any of the days that are coming. I spoke, and what I said does not come back to me empty. Amen, right now, and let it be your answer if you're ready to get up and walk into everything I have planned for you. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. if you feel called to deepen your connection. The link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.